All right, here we go. Back on Minnesota's Lake Mille, folks. I'm Roger Cormier. First fish of the afternoon right here is one of Mille's most famous fish, the walleye. And look at that Storm 360 search bait right down in his gullet. He absolutely pounded that. Just about 10 casts into this afternoon shoot here. Little 1/8 ounce there, and that's the result. Nice Mille walleye. Today's segment, we're talking walleyes and smallmouth bass on Minnesota's famous Lake Mille. We're throwing some artificials, primarily plastics and paddle tails and swim baits, catching some spring fish just like this. Should be a fun segment. Let this guy go. Woo! Good start. There's another one that just clocked it. Another walleye. Man, I bet, we're at, what, 7 feet of water here still, connected to shoreline, and these walleyes are just, people think after the spawn the walleyes go deep. They stay shallow, and they eat swim baits, and you'll catch them casting for bass that easily. Now, we're gonna creep up here into 5 or 6 feet of water, throw some soft plastics and some jerk baits, probably get some smallmouth, but there's another nice Mille walleye that, here we are the end of May, picking them right off the edge of the gravel and the little bit of weed that's popping up here connected to shore in just 7 feet of water. Beautiful eating size. Got this guy in the trolling motor a little bit. Man, come on out of there. Here we go. I don't even know what I got on here. That's the thing about Mille, it's a big old smallmouth. Oh man, look at this. And he's got that bait all the way in his gullet. They absolutely destroy this new bait from Storm Lures when they hit it. This is that 4.5 inch version. They got 3 different sizes. And this is a 4.5 1/4 ounce. It looks like a minnow to them, and it's a unique bait. I'll tell you about the characteristics. It's different than a lot of swim baits out there, but that's the result. Just a beautiful, beautiful Mille smallmouth. And that's the thing about springtime fishing up here. You can throw a lot of different lures at these fish, and you'll catch both the walleyes and the smallmouth in the same territory in May and June. Pretty shallow. This fish came out of about 4 feet of water. We got 52-degree water temps here in late May. It's pre-spawn. See, that fish is maybe getting ready to do that. For that larger GT search bait I've been throwing, I've actually been casting that on an Avid X, St. Croix Avid X rod with 10-pound castable fluorocarbon on that. It's a little heavier bait. You can throw it on a medium action bait casting rod if you want. But spinning gear and light line, fluorocarbon line is all you need to catch these walleyes and bass on Mille. The thing that's unique about this Storm 360 GT search bait, it's got a unique end of the paddle tail there. It's actually kind of tipped forward. It gives the bait an action in the water that's somewhat unique for a swim bait. It not only moves side to side with the paddle tail, but it also moves vertically up and down at the same time. So it's kind of a 4-way action, if you will, for the bait. And the key to this lure is to swim it back to the boat very, very slowly, as slow as you can without contacting bottom. Great little bait, catches a lot of fish. A week ago, Lake Mille, the water was 56 and 57 degrees and the fish were really active. The bass were in pre-spawn mode, really starting to get ready to make their beds. And of course, the walleyes are in post-spawn. A week of cold fronts, a lot of rain, knocked the temperatures on the lake down to 50 degrees. And up until earlier this morning, it's been blowing for the better part of a week as well. But now that it's laid down, the shallows are warming up and those bass are going to invade the shallows. Now, keep in mind in May and June, if you fish Mille with artificials for walleye and bass, you want to be from the shoreline out to about 15 feet. If you come up here in July and August and into the fall, you'll be targeting those smallmouth in 10 to 20 feet of water. But if you're up here in May and June throwing artificials for walleyes and bass, be sure to focus on 15 feet and shallower. Well, it's turned into a really nice afternoon on Lake Mille. We've had a week of cold fronts here that knocked the water temps from 56 down to 50. And we've crept back up now to 53 today. We caught a real nice walleye earlier today on that Storm search bait when it was still blowing real hard and we were fishing up on the reefs. And now we're just fishing along the weed line here and staying close to shore. Oh, another nice walleye here. But these fish, they want to go on the summer chow, and it's really water temperature and bait related that's keeping them up shallow where they can feed. Jeez, and another one that just, they really commit to that bait all the way down its gullet. Beautiful walleye. And this is on that 1/8 ounce, 3.5 inch size. It's imitating a minnow for these walleyes, and they're going to stay shallow, less than 15 feet along with the bass. You'll be able to target them with artificials. Of course, those fish will move out to deeper water in midsummer and be on the mud flats where you can fish them with live bait rigs and spinners. Control them in the summertime, but in the spring, a lot of walleyes up shallow with these bass that are susceptible to artificial baits like Storm Searchbait. Beauty walleye, about a 20-incher. Mille Lacs is truly the fantastic four game fish species: smallmouth bass, walleye, northern pike, and muskies. It's resorts, bait shops, hotels, motels, restaurants, marinas, guides, launch fishing, everything you need to explore this beautiful fishery can be found at millelacs.com, and that's where you'll want to go to start planning your trip. I'm Roger Cormier. We'll be right back with more Midwest Outdoors.